Hey, I just wanted to let you know that something bad has happened today at work. I thought I should be the one to tell you.
What's happened?
Well, I was just wiping down some tables and doing the general clean down for the end of the night when a guy came into the restaurant and pointed a gun at me. He demanded that I give him all of the money in the register, which obviously I did because I'm not about to lose my life over some minimum wage job. Anyway, after I gave him all of the money in the register, he left, thank goodness. But I had to call the police and the manager to let them know what had happened, which is when everything went downhill. Ironically, because you'd think being held in a robbery would be more traumatic than dealing with a manager. But you'd be wrong.
What do you mean?
Well, I called my manager and let him know what was going on. I thought he'd at least be a little bit sympathetic towards the situation and what I'd just gone through, but he just started yelling at me, telling me that I shouldn't have given the money over and that corporate would be incredibly angry with me over done. I mean, he was acting as if I should have given my life for a measly few $100.
Yes, well, managers can be like that.
Well, I just got incredibly fed up, so I told him that I quit. Right there and then. It felt so good to be able to say that, though. I didn't want to be in an environment where the people put money above someone's life. It just didn't feel good.
Really, Daisy? You couldn't just ignore your manager like a normal person?
Huh? That's all you can say? I just told you that I was a victim of a robbery and you're more bothered about me quitting my job?
Well, yes. I mean, you're not hurt, are you? And we need the money that you brought in to pay the rent. Sometimes you just need to ignore the idiots of the world and get on with your life. It's kind of part of the whole being a grown-up thing.
Being held up is not a part of the whole grown-up thing. And even if it does happen, the way that my manager handled the aftermath of it was not okay. He should have asked if I was okay, and then told me to go home to recuperate. Instead, he said that he would be telling corporate that it's all my fault that we lost money tonight, and that he'd make sure that I got in trouble for it. I am not going to work for someone like that, no matter how badly I need the money.
Well then, that's just selfish of you, isn't it?
What? How is that selfish of me? I just didn't want to be put in that situation again.
You're seriously asking me how it's selfish of you to quit your job? Honestly, Daisy, can't you do anything right? We needed the money from your job to pay the rent and bills and stuff. Now what are we supposed to do?
Well, not to sound petulant, but you are the mom here. My job shouldn't be the be-all or end-all of us living in our house. It was only meant as a way for me to save up a little bit of money whilst I looked for my own place to move into anyway.
Oh, unless you have a huge stash of cash of money hidden somewhere, you won't be buying anything. You'll just be living homeless on the streets.
Huh? What are you on about? What do you mean I'm going to be homeless?
Well, I've been thinking it over for quite a while now, but now that you've quit your job, I don't see any particular reason for you to remain living with me. I mean, now that you're not bringing in money, I really have no use for you. Unless you get another job and start paying me for rent and bills and stuff, of course.
Hang on, I'm really confused.
Jeez, it's a wonder you were able to hold on to your job for as long as you did. I'll say this once, in a way that even you'll be able to understand. I'm kicking you out of my house.
What? Seriously? Why? You can't just kick me out? I'm your daughter. Aren't you supposed to help me in these kind of situations? Plus, I have nowhere to go. I'll literally be out on the streets.
Well, that sounds like a you problem.
How can you call yourself a mom when you're doing this to your own daughter?
Look, let's face it. You're a 20-year-old woman now, and really, you should be capable of looking after yourself. I shouldn't have to home you and look after you anymore. In fact, the minute you turned 18, you should have been out of my house. I don't want you here anymore, and the only reason I kept you around is because you were able to give me money. Now that you can't even do that, you're useless to me.
What?
Didn't you just hear me? You are useless. I don't want you around me anymore.
I just can't believe what I'm hearing right now. How can you be so cold and callous? You've raised me for the last 17 years. Does that honestly mean nothing to you?
I mean, really, I've missed out on so much these last 20-odd years because of you. I think it's time for me to take back my life and start living again. I honestly can't wait. but I can't do that whilst you're still hanging around. So you're going to have to find somewhere else to live.
I don't know what to do or what to say. I've got nowhere to go.
Well, like I said, that's not my problem. You'll have to figure something out quick though, because I want you gone by the end of the week.
The end of the week? That's in 3 days. How am I supposed to find anywhere to go in such a short amount of time? No one will run to me on 3 days' notice. Can't you wait until I've at least found a new job? Then I would be able to move out properly.
No, I'm not going to house a useless nobody. Regardless of whether you're my daughter or not, you're just going to have to deal with this by yourself. So, if I were you, I'd start packing as soon as you get back. And I'd do it quite quickly.
I can't believe that you're actually making me move out.
Yeah, well, that's life. Deal with it. Anyway, I'm bored of talking to you, so I'm going to go. Make sure you're out soon. Anything you don't take with you by Friday, I'm going to pack up and throw out. I don't want any of your junk cluttering my house any longer. Got it?
Yeah, I got it.
Good. Anyway, see ya.
Hey, Frankie, are you free to talk? Sorry it's so late. I wouldn't normally message you this late, but I'm in kind of a desperate situation.
Hey Daisy, it's no worries. I was just watching a film with Tyler. What's up?
I don't really know where to start, but,
What's happened? Bad day at work?
that's only the half of it.
Okay, well, why don't you start from the beginning?
Right. Well, I quit my job at the restaurant today because I was robbed at gunpoint.
What? Are you okay? What happened?
Yeah, I'm okay. He just came in and told me to give him all of the money in the cash register, which I did because I value my life.
Good. It was the right thing to do. Places like that always have insurance to cover things like robberies, so the most important thing was that you didn't get hurt.
Well, I think you're the only one who thinks that.
What do you mean?
Well, after the robbery, I called the police and my manager to tell them what had happened. But all my manager had to say was that it was my fault that we'd lost money and that he would be telling corporate. I decided to quit because who blames the victim of a robbery? Then when I told my mom this, she decided that she no longer had any use for me as I wasn't bringing in any money that she could take off of me. So, she decided to kick me out of the house.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that does sound like an awful day. Are you okay? I mean, obviously not emotionally because that's a lot to happen in one day. But overall, are you okay? Are you somewhere safe?
Yeah, at the minute I'm at home. My mom, or should I say Sarah, as no actual mother would do something like this, has given me until the end of the week to pack up all of my things and move out.
But where are you going to go?
Actually, I was hoping I could possibly ask if I could crash with you and Tyler for a little bit. I know it's a lot to ask, and I wouldn't usually put you in this kind of situation, and you're free to say no. I don't want to force anything on you.
Whoa. Calm down, Daisy. Of course you can stay with me and Tyler. We both love you. I mean, you're like a sister to me. So if we can help out, then we are more than happy to do so.
Are you sure, Frankie? I don't want to put you or Tyler out. I mean, I'll get another job and I'll pay rent and stuff ASAP. Then when I'm earning again, I'll get a place of my own and get out of your hair.
Don't worry about any of that. You know I don't care about any of that. I'm just happy to help. Hang on, give me like 10 minutes and I'll get back to you.
Thank you so much, Frankie. I don't know what I'd do without you.
Hey, you do the same for me if the roles were reversed. Anyway, I'll be back in a few minutes.
Okay.
Days, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Is everything okay? Or have you had second thoughts?
Huh?
It's okay if you have. I don't want to be a burden. So if you or Tyler don't immediately understand, I can find somewhere else to live.
Don't be silly. Me and Tyler were just moving some things out of the guest room so that it would be ready for you for whenever you wanted to move in. You could come over tonight if you wanted. I mean, if it helps to get away from your mom.
Oh, you are seriously the best, Frankie. I love you so much.
Yeah, I know. Anyway, you're more than welcome to come and stay with us for however long you need. You don't need to worry about moving out quickly or anything. We want to give you time to sort yourself out and figure out what you want to do and all that. Well, you're part of the family. Basically have been since the minute we became best friends. And family looks out for one another.
Thank you so much. You're seriously the sister I never had, you know?
I know, I'm awesome.
Definitely. Well, it's a bit late right now to come over, but I'll be over tomorrow. It's a bit late right now to come over, but I'll be over tomorrow, if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Whenever you're ready.
Okay, I'll see you soon then.
See you soon.
Hey, Daisy darling. It's your mom here. How are you?
Hello, Sarah. I would appreciate it if you didn't call me Daisy, darling. We don't have that kind of relationship. Daisy will be just fine.
Jeez, no need to be all stiff and proper. It's only me, your mom.
Even more reason to be cautious? Why have you messaged me? You haven't bothered trying to contact me in the last 6 years since you kicked me out. Why now?
Oh, well, I just wanted to see how you were. Isn't a mom allowed to do that?
I don't think you can really call yourself my mom after you kicked me out. Although, I can probably guess what you...
What? I don't know what you're on about.
So, you haven't called me just to ask for money then?
No, of course not. I just wanted to say how proud of you I am. I saw the other day that you were in the up-and-coming businesswoman to watch, and I was just very impressed.
I see. And that's it? There's no other reason you wanted to talk?
Well, actually, there was one thing I wanted to ask you.
What was that?
You've got plenty of money now, don't you? And I just need a little bit to pay off some debts is all. So I think you can spare a little bit of money for the woman who raised you, don't you think? I mean, it's not like I meant to lose a load of money at the casino. I'm completely innocent in all of this. But the people who I borrowed money off of for the casinos think it's my fault that I lost it. Even though it's all the casino's fault, because they cheated me out of it.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't help me and give me some money, like 20 grand, then the loan sharks I used are going to take my house. I'll be out on the street with nowhere to go.
Well, that doesn't sound good. I mean, to be homeless so suddenly is a shock, right?
You have no idea.
Uh-huh. Apart from I do, because you did exactly the same thing to me. Exactly. But because I'm not a vindictive, horrible, and selfish person like you, I'll help you out. However, this is only a one-time thing, and after this, you are never to contact me ever again. Am I understood?
Yeah, I understand.
Good. I'll give you the 20 grand you owe the loan sharks. That should mean that you get to keep the house, right?
All my other expenses. I mean, I've still got bills to pay and stuff. I need money for food and internet and everything like that.
Well, that's why you have a job.
But,
What?
well, I just thought that being your mother and all, you'd want to help me out a bit more, you know? Take care of me and make sure that I don't have to work or worry about money ever again. You've got more than enough money to do that, and even then, you could spoil me a little bit. You know, for raising you and all.
Ha! Are you kidding me? I'm not going to do anything like that. You might have raised me until I was in my 20s, but you never actually loved me or cared for me. I have the bare minimum because you couldn't be bothered to spend any money you earned on anything I wanted. I had to go and get a job as soon as I was able to just have a little bit of money to spend on myself. And even then, you took like half of it, claiming that it was for rent and stupid things like that. Half of it, claiming that it was for rent and stupid things like that. I know you just gambled it away though, or bought yourself whatever you wanted with it. Let's face it, you didn't raise me. I raised myself. You just kept me alive because you had to.
Well, that's not true.
It is true and you know it. So you can either take the 20,000 and leave me alone forever, or you can walk away with nothing and leave me alone forever.
No. I deserve more than just a measly 20 grand. I want 50% of your earnings.
No.
Fine then. If you're going to be so selfish and horrible, I don't want to know you. Get lost. Forever. You've disgraced our entire family.
Fine. That's it. I won't be giving you any more money.
Huh? You can't do that.
Well, I've changed my mind. I don't want to help someone who is demanding all of my money. You were lucky that I was considering giving you anything at all, but your greed has just ruined everything for you.
But what am I supposed to do now? I have no money to pay my debts.
That sounds like a you problem. You just have to figure that out yourself.
Fine then. Can't believe I raised such a selfish child.
Really? I'm surprised I turned out as good as I did, considering I had a narcissistic, selfish witch for a mother. I suppose I just took a look at you and decided that I wanted to be nothing like you at all. Anyway, goodbye for good. I'm making sure you can never bother me again from now on.
You're so selfish. Honestly, just you wait. I'll take what you owe me. I'll end up with all of your money. I will.
Uh-huh. You keep believing that if it makes you feel better. Anyway, yeah. After telling Sarah off, I decided to block her on every platform that I had. I wanted absolutely nothing to do with her after how she behaved towards me. She tried to harass me quite a bit after that, but I simply got my lawyers involved, who told her to leave me alone or they would file a harassment lawsuit. Needless to say, after that she left me alone. As for me, my business really took off. I've made a lot of money for my company and I couldn't be happier. I make sure to help Frankie out with whatever she needs. After all, she is my sister. It just goes to show that for every horrible person in the world, there are those who want to share their love and kindness to help whoever they can. I'm just lucky that I was found by some of the best people out there.